figure that out, right? And not, instead of spending so much time on the actual technology, it's stepping back and say, what do we want to accomplish? And I feel like there's some fatigue on technology already, and we'll see more because it's so kind of like ever-changing as well and expensive.
I just want to say one thing about that, so that absolutely big school systems, school districts are really hard institutional players, and with the secret weapon are the very parents that we always say are the hardest to reach, because they themselves actually are not that hard to reach, but by the other people that are like them too, right? So if you can just reach parents, they can reach other parents in ways that you would never imagine possible. And so the question is, and to get technology, education technology, or technology education in schools, maybe it doesn't have to be through the teachers themselves. Maybe it could actually be through the parents. Even parents who don't actually know how to, use email on their computer, right? As long as it's not about the technological solution. I'd say that a large amount of the effort really can be about the people power of getting information into the hands of people who can talk to other people.
I know you're about to cut us off later, but I'm going to say one thing. So my only suggestion is pose all of those questions to a teacher at a school where you want them to adopt your technology. That is how you'll find out what the problems and the barriers are.
It's a great advice. And I listened to the questions and the talks and the responses. I kind of see two dichotomies happening here. On the entrepreneur side, it's kind of business as usual, right? All the entrepreneurs, all of us are always measuring perception versus progress. How do we kind of keep the perception that we're actually doing social good, that we actually have a relevant business model, that we actually are getting traction, so on and so forth, to the people that matter so we can stay in business, while we're in fact trying to make actual progress against those goals, which is the hard, kind of nebulous, difficult to measure type of work. And then for the school side and for the communities and for the parents and so on and so forth, and everyone else who is kind of dealing with this, I'm really sad that I created an acronym. That's not my style. But this big idea is really dealing with assumptions and intentions. And I think that we are deeply rooted in so many assumptions. There's some people on my team here, they can tell you up front, I kind of just, this is how it works. I'm not here to talk about how we're going to subvert the education marketplace or how we're going to change people's mindsets or values and beliefs. This is how it works, and we're going to operate this framework. Those are just the assumptions that we accept. And when we make those assumptions, that kind of controls our intentions. Our intention is to go out and grow. Our intention is to meet a very narrow definition of success and learning. Our intention is to meet a very narrow definition of standards. And so what I want to leave you with is, what is your intention? Like, we can't accept the way things have been going to suddenly change if we don't change the assumptions that we make and the intentions that we have as we go into our work, whether it's in the classroom or in the lab. And so with that, we're going to end. I'm going to remind you that we do have a photo booth we're setting up directly to my right. If you have such an intention that you want to start or an assumption you want to break, that would be a great commitment to make to these ideas of inclusion, diversity, equity, and access. I'm not sure if the words are winning or not. I've been thinking about it the whole time. So I thank you so much for coming out tonight.